Yes, it looks fine.
Hello and welcome to Powell Stadium for tonight's district game between the Riverview Rams and your Venice Indians. The Indians are coached by John Peacock, Riverview Rams coached by Mark Cristiano. field for the coin toss, Miss Jen Watson, Venice High School Teacher of the Year. Miss Watson teaches math and financial literacy at Venice High. She has been teaching for 14 years total, 11 of those at Venice High School. Miss Watson is known for her contagious smile and passion for helping all students succeed. She's a huge supporter of Venice High athletics. Please give a round of applause for our Teacher of the Year, Miss Jen Watson. Captain tonight for Riverview, number 4, Dayton Law, number 5, Isaiah Bell, number 52, Luke Chapel, and number 99, Python Love. Captains for your Indians tonight, number 0, Dory Lewis, number 3, Micah Hay, number 5, Shari Shaw, and number 9, Lance Green.
You are watching Arsenal Productions presented by Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota. Gettle's got it. It's the all-important showdown tonight. It's the Rams versus the Indians. I'm Addison Rusco. Alongside with me in the booth is Mr. Paul Whiteside. It is everything you could ask for and more. Riverview undefeated on the season, 6 wins, 0 losses, 1 tie. Venice comes into tonight's game 3-3, but Venice has had the upper hand against Riverview throughout the last couple of years. The last time Riverview was able to beat Venice was 2019. Now Riverview comes on the road, and they're trying to get that statement victory and get one step closer to a district championship.
Yeah, this is the biggest game of the year for either team. Riverview is red hot, as you said, undefeated, 6 wins, 0 losses, only 1 tie. Riverview has been better than they've been in a really, really long time. That's due to that running back duo, Torian James, 17 touchdowns, 999 yards. Isaiah Bell, 10 touchdowns on the year. They are definitely going to have to look for that once they start this game. Venice has taken a step back, if you will, of last year's state championship team. So this is going to be the year for Riverview to beat Venice.
If there is a year, it does have to be this year. Venice 3-3 record, though, does not reflect their total team as a whole. This is a talented bunch. You look at the playoff bracket right now, it is unchanged since last week. Riverview remains the number 1. Venice still at number 5. So Riverview right now slated to host 3 playoff games as long as they continue to win. But this Venice side is no joke. They're looking to jump up in the standings after taking a loss to IMG National, a tough opponent. They held their own, though, 27-14 in that game.
Yeah, they did held their own, and IMG is a really, really tough opponent, especially for that national team. Riverview won against IMG's junior national team, but as we take a look at that playoff bracket, neither team can clinch, but whoever wins tonight will probably be the number 1 seed in the 7A FHSA playoffs.
Not only that, but the winner of tonight's game most likely puts them in the driver, not most likely, it puts them in the driver's seat to win. All those teams would have to do would win their next district game. Riverview plays Lehigh, who Venice beat earlier in the year 55-0, and Venice would have to beat Sarasota, who Riverview handled earlier in the year. It is a chilly October night down in Venice, Florida. The biggest game of the 2025 season for both of these teams. Riverview won the toss and elected to defer for half number 2. And underway as Brody Carroll gives it a ride all the way out of the back of the end zone, and it will bring up this high-powered Venice offense. And when you talk about the Venice offense, you cannot forget to mention Tyree Manning, the sophomore wide receiver, the 4-star wide receiver. He transferred in from Booker last year. He's made an immediate impact. He's their go-to guy on this Indian side. 14 receptions, 139 yards versus IMG National last week, one of the top teams in the country.
Yeah, he has been just amazing and electric this year. Tyree Manning, their #1 guy on this Venice offense, and that's why he's our Mighty Dog Roofing Player of the Year. Only a sophomore, huge impact for this Venice Indians offense.
Darion Jones hands it off up the middle, and the Riverview defensive line, who has excelled all season long, continues to make an impact. But the big matchup, and we talked about it, those Mighty Dog Roofing impact players, it's Pino Parks tonight for Riverview. This is a tough side. A bunch of good wide receivers for Venice. Here's Darion Jones, quarterback keeper, right up the middle, and Darion Jones has some room, and he's going to be taken down at the 35-yard line. That is something that Venice loves to use, Paul. That quarterback run up the middle. We saw that earlier in the season. They made the quarterback switch, and it's continued to be a big part of the Indians game.
Yeah, it is, and their quarterback, such a good rushing quarterback, and on that play, the offensive line so good, creates a nice hole for #7, goes straight through and gets a really nice gain on a tough Riverview defense.
Handoff up the middle to Ira Dale. Got away from the first tackler, but he is brought down. It's the senior safety, Anton Clough, on the stop. Venice has been limited in their passing game outside of Tyree Manning so far this season, and it does appear it was a game-time decision that Darion Jones, the 3-star running back of Venice, is out tonight. We've seen John Ford III out, and now Ira Dale still yet to be without Jones. A big advantage if you're Riverview.
Yeah, it definitely is, and that's going to be something that we're going to have to look at a lot here when it comes to this game, considering how effective this Riverview defensive line has been against the run. Venice, without their star Darion Jones, their starting running back, it's going to be an interesting matchup to see how those backups do against a tough Riverview D-line.
After the false start, it's 2nd down and 13. Jones looking for Tyree Manning, and he comes down with it. What a catch in double coverage, and there he is, that 4-star wide receiver, making an instant impact.
Well, it's a fake run by Darion Jones. It looked like he was going to do that same run play, but he passes it to a fantastic contested catch by Tyree Manning on Pino Parks and Jabari Farland.
Jones on 1st down and goal, stumbles his way inside the 5. It will be 2nd down and goal at the 2. The dream start if you're Venice. Riverview has come in with one of the most high-powered offenses in the country, trying to put pressure on him early. Right back to Jones on the ground, and Jones, can he get in? He is going to be a yard short. Marked down inside the 1-yard line. It will bring up 3rd down and goal. Third down and goal, and it looks like they're going to go right back to Jones. Jones gets into the end zone this time. Darion Jones in his way for 6, and Venice with the punch right on the Rams.
Yeah, well, a perfect start for this Venice Indians offense. You get that huge break-off run by Darion Jones. The quarterback goes straight up the sideline, and then you have that big pass to Tyree Manning in double coverage, which leads to an easy touchdown by Darion Jones.
Darion Jones transferred into Venice midway through the year, and another miss from this Venice special teams unit. We've seen it multiple times. They had a missed extra point against Port Charlotte along with the field goal, a blocked field goal last week, and they get the opening touchdown but leave points on the board. Not the game you want to play with this Riverview offense.
No, it's definitely not, and those extra points, even though it's only 1 point, you might think it's not a big deal, but that could be the difference in a game, and especially with this much of a high-powered Riverview offense, you definitely do not want to leave any points on the ground.
It will be James Reynolds to send it away. Torian James and Trent Huffman deep back to receive. Huffman will receive it at the 3-yard line. The speedy junior gets leveled. Tackle before he can get to the 15-yard line. And so it's good starting field position, or bad starting field position here for the Rams, as this brings up our Mighty Dog Roofing impact players. Ashari Charles, the Miami commit. He is such a threat on that defensive line. Rams offensive line is going to have to hold up tonight. And then it's Noah Sheffel. He used to play for Venice, now trying to have a huge response against his former team.
Yeah, he is. And these two guys, such impactful players for either side of their team.
And some early movement there from Riverview. Luke Chappell looked like he jumped just a little bit early, and you're sensing some nerves from this Riverview team. Undefeated, you've got your toughest game of the season and already down 6-0. You need an answer.
Yeah, how can you not be nervous in such a big game like this? You're on the road, amazing atmosphere. I mean, we are in a packed stadium tonight, so the nerves are going to be something that can play an impact in this game, but you got to get rid of them early.
Nippert in the shotgun. There is Sheffel. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe picks up an extra yard. It will bring up 2nd down and 9. That's going to be a key for this Riverview offense. The running game has worked, but the passing game now has to excel.
Yeah, I was just about to say that the running game has been something that the Rams have looked to mostly, but there on the first play, they do pass it, and that's something we haven't seen a lot from them this year.
They'll go over the air again, and there's some room for Torian James past the 1st down marker, and it's a fresh set of downs. You've got to keep this Venice defense on their toes. They're the best defense that you've seen all year. 2 pass plays to open it up, trying to catch him off guard a little bit. 1st down and 10, ball at the Riverview 26-yard line. Isaiah builds the back. Nippert, the keeper, and there goes Parker Nippert. Really wants to become a dual threat quarterback and can do it on the ground. He showed flashes last week. 9 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, he definitely is that dual quarterback that he wants to become. He's so good with his legs, and the Rams offense has progressively been using him more in that way, and we just saw it there. 9-yard run. Nice run by Parker Nippert.
They'll give him 8 yards on the play. 2nd down and 2. Venice showing pressure. Nippert off his back foot. And the toe tap from Sheffel. And it's a 1st down for Riverview. We talked to Noah Sheffel earlier in the day
on the field. Yep.
He talked about just how much this game means to him. Again, he played for Venice. This is a game he really wants to win along with everybody else.
Yeah, I think everyone on this Riverview offense, but especially for Noah Sheffel, a little bit of a revenge game here as he did transfer from Venice, and it's his first year at Riverview, and what an impact has he made.
Torian James slowly weaving his way through as he gets tackled down to the 45-yard line. He is now 4 yards away from 1,000 yards rushing. He has 17 touchdowns on the season. He has been such a reason why this Riverview offense runs the ball for 293 yards per game. 2nd down and 6. Once again, James following his blockers and trots forward for about a gain of 3, so it's 3rd down and 3 coming up here. Riverview's going to be aggressive tonight. You have to think this might already be 4th down territory.
I think it absolutely is, and based off of what we've seen from Brody Wiseman and this Rams offense, it absolutely is 4 down territory. Even though it's early in the game, you are down 6-0. This Venice offense is very good, so it absolutely is 4 down territory for the Rams.
Torian James will get that 1st down. Picks up the needed 3, gets across midfield, and Riverview slowly but surely moving the ball down the field. You're not going to have your 80-yard rushing touchdowns today against this Venice side. There's too many good players. That's why you got to take it the slow game. That's what they're doing so far. 1st down and 10 at the Venice 47-yard line. Nippert in the shotgun with James to his right. Nippert has Trent Huffman It's good for a first down. Trent Huffman is someone that Venice coach John Peacock talked very highly about, said it's the best receiver on this Riverview team, not only with his route running ability, but his ability to block for his running backs.
Yeah, and he's a little more of a quieter receiver on this team, doesn't get the flashy plays, but he does have a really, really big impact on this Rams side, and high praise from Peacock, the Venice coach, calling him the best receiver on this Rams offense.
As James takes the first down carry for about 4 yards. John Peacock has been the head coach for Venice for quite some time, and what a job he has done. State champs back in 2017, 2021, and again, Venice coming off that state championship last year in 2024. This is a program that regularly gets national games. They even got a game broadcasted on ESPN a couple years back. This is a highly respected school and coach. Torian James. You can see this Venice defense. Torian James came into this game averaging 12.6 yards per carry. Tonight, averaging about 3 yards per carry. There is a timeout. I believe Riverview called this, or it will be a water break. We'll head to a timeout. Rams driving. Indians struck first, 6-0 over the Rams.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing? Well, check this out. Schedule your...
Welcome back on in after the water break. It is 3rd down and 3 for the Rams. Inside the Venice 30-yard line, Huffman goes in motion. James remains the back. They will give it to James, and it's going to depend on the spot. Looks like they're going to have enough for the first down. They will. The pitch to Torian James just gets enough.
Yeah, and like you said, we're not going to see those 80-yard rushing touchdowns a lot today. And they're going to have to play the slow game. Like you said, obviously we've seen Torian James consistently get 10 yards on each run. That's just not going to happen against this tough Venice defense. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes you have to play that slow game. And the Rams are driving here, even though it's a little bit slower than what the Indians did on their first drive. They are still driving and in the red zone almost.
Riverview at the Venice 25-yard line. There's Torian James. He's so good in the open field, and he is inside the 5-yard line. A little push from his friends of the offensive line, and it is 1st down and goal for Riverview.
Well, what an impact has Torian James had on this entire Riverview offense, and you see it there. Goes for about 20 yards down to the 3-yard line, puts the Rams in great scoring position.
It's 1st down and goal at the 2. Right back to James, and Riverview gets in the end zone on their opening drive. Torian James led the whole way, and they're an extra point away from taking the lead.
Yeah, and that's something that we're going to have to watch here, as Venice did miss their extra point. So the Rams making the extra point here would give them the lead. It's a nice run by Torian James. It's a nice drive by the Riverview offense, who continue their streak of hotness against this Venice defense.
Carroll will knock it through, and Riverview has opened up a 7-6 lead against the Venice Indians. We'll be back after a quick word from Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota. Torian James in for 6.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com. Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud.
Welcome back into Powell Stadium here in Venice, Florida. It's the game of the week, maybe in this whole state. This game decides so much for both of these teams. Riverview off to a 7-0 lead, or 7-6 lead, excuse me, as Brody Carroll will do a pooch pick. And Venice will start at the 32-yard line as finally brought down to the ground. Trying to keep it away from Tyree Manning. You already saw what he could do as a wide receiver on that first drive. He's just so electric. That's where Venice has to turn tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. They have to turn to Tyree Manning, their number one guy on offense, if they want to have a chance at this Riverview defense. We talked about it before the first Venice drive, and that matchup of Pino Parks and Tyree Manning is going to be something to watch for. Manning got the best of Pino on that first drive, but he's going to look to bounce back on this one.
Jabari Farland matched up with Manning now. It's 1st down and 10. The handoff to Dale up the middle, and Dale is stuffed. The Rams defensive line led by Miles Persequez get there. Miles Persequez won the Hooters Defensive Player of the Week last week for Riverview. Second down and 9. There's Jones, and there's some early movement by Colton Lynch. And it's going to be a false start on Venice. 2nd down and 14 coming up. That's the second time Venice has jumped so far tonight.
Yeah, and clearly some nerves on that Venice side as well, as this is such a big game for them as well. Venice has gotten the better of Riverview for the past few seasons. Like you said, their last win against Venice was in 2019, so definitely some nerves on both sides. This is just such a big game for both of these teams.
Darion Jones in the shotgun with Ira Dale to his left. Slant over the middle, and it is overthrown. Jabari Farland in coverage, and so now it is 3rd down and 14. Tyree Manning was open, but Darion Jones not able to get it there, and that's been the issue for Venice so far. Normally their best players are their wide receivers or running backs, but this year they have not had the best quarterback play. They need Darion Jones in a big way, and they'll need him here on 3rd down and 14. Dale remains the back. Jones looking for his main man, Tyree Manning, but it is overthrown. Had a step on Jabari Farland, but it falls incomplete, so a 3-and-out force by this Riverview defense, and now they'll get the ball back.
Yeah, and like you said, the quarterback play is definitely going to be something that we're going to have to look for on this Venice offense. Like you said, the receivers have done so well, but the quarterback just keeps missing him, and you saw that overthrow almost picked off by Jabari Farland, and then overthrows Manning again on that last play to force a 3-and-out.
And the fair catch by Ashton Clough at about the 38-yard line. This Riverview offense will see the field yet again. It's the top offense in the state. They're coming up when we come back.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
1st down and 10. They will actually mark the ball at the 40-yard line for Riverview. 5 wide, it's a screen. Over for Anthony Miller as Miller gets tackled down at the 47-yard line. Anthony Miller, one of 2 wide receivers on this Riverview side to also play for Venice. He was the quarterback of the freshman team his freshman year and then made the transfer over to Riverview High School. You have to imagine that this game means a lot, just like it does for Noah Sheffel. A lot of guys on this Riverview side really have a chip on their shoulder tonight. 2nd down and 4. Another screen. And it's a 1st down. Once again, it goes to Anthony Miller, so back-to-back screens, and the Rams offense continues to roll.
Yeah, and Anthony Miller's so good at these catch-and-run screens that the Riverview offense has schemed up for him, and that's mainly due to the blocking. As you saw, Trent Huffman leading the way. Anthony Miller so good at following his blocks, getting upfield on those screen passes.
Anthony Miller just committed to Davidson College to play football and be a part of the track team. Nippert under some pressure, trying to get away. He will tuck the ball down and still get some positive yardage, a gain of 2. Was trying to find Noah Sheffo on the slant.
Yeah, it looks like Noah Sheffo just didn't have the step on the quarterback as you saw the slant there, so Nippert decides to run for it and turns it into a positive gain of 2.
Micah Walker-Brown, the cornerback, matched up with Noah Sheffo. Second down and 8. Nippert in the shotgun. Chris in motion. There's Isaiah Belt. His second carry of the game goes for 3, and it brings up 3rd down and 5. The opportunities are not going to come often for Riverview to get a 3-and-out against this high-powered Venice offense. You've got to take advantage of opportunities like this.
Yeah, you definitely do have to take advantages of opportunities like this, and that's why I think Brody Wiseman, the offensive coordinator, he's going to go for it on 4th down a lot, and he's going to have to be aggressive, especially in these situations when you are on that Venice side of the field.
3rd down and 5. And a timeout will be called by head coach Mark Christiani. 3rd and 5 with a minute 08 to go here in quarter number 1. We've got a great one. Don't go anywhere. Rams over Venice 7-6.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
GettleHyundai of Sarasota.com.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
GettleHyundai of Sarasota.com.
So 3rd down and 5 coming up here for the Rams. What are you looking to see? Is it on the ground here? Do you set up for 4th down? Or do you go over the air, try and get the 1st down? I mean, 3rd down and longs this season, Riverview has preferred to keep it on the ground.
Yeah, I think you really could go either way. I want to see them go to the ground here. I think the passing game, maybe a little bit of a screen here, but I think you do go behind the backfield on this 3rd down.
Huffman and Baker on the near side. Miller and Sheffo on the far. Isaiah Belt the back on 3rd down and 5. Venice showing pressure. Nippert gets it away, and it is incomplete. The former Ram, Micah Hayes, in on the coverage.
Yeah, Micah Hayes, such a strong safety, was such a force at Riverview and able to break up that pass with Huffman, but you see Brody Wiseman going for it here on 4th down.
4th down and 5. This is a game that calls for aggressive play calling, and you see it right away from Brody Wiseman. 4th down and 5. Nippert looks over to his play caller. This Venice crowd on their feet making some noise. Nippert, he'll try and run for it. No, he'll throw it down the field, and Sheffo cannot get his hands on it, and it's a turnover on downs, and Venice has 1st down and 10.
Yeah, it's a nicely drawn up play by Brody Wiseman there as you see Parker Nippert rolling out right and just overthrows Noah Sheffo just a little bit as he did get a step on that corner. It's a tough pass to make, but that's going to be a big 4th down conversion that was not converted by the Rams offense. You give the ball back to a high-powered Venice offense in very, very good field position here.
So Riverview cannot take advantage of the 3-and-out forced by the defense. Darion Jones now back in the shotgun. Manning goes in motion. Manning, he's so quick. but nowhere for him to go. This Riverview defense all over that play, trying to get some movement going, send them on a little screen, nothing doing.
Yeah, nothing doing there for the Venice offense on first down. This is a big drive for both teams here, as Venice is down by a point here, looking to take the lead here on this drive as the first quarter winds down.
And there goes Venice! It's John Ford III, and he is inside the 5-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle from Pino Parks, but Ford III gets Venice rolling.
Well, we talked about it before the game on how important these backup running backs are going to have to be for Venice, but how good this Riverview defensive line is, and a big hole opens up for John Ford as he takes it all the way inside the Rams' 5-yard line.
And Darion Jones gets into the end zone. Venice goes right down the field, and they are back on top.
Yeah, and a big thing for both of these teams is those explosive plays. You saw Riverview driving the ball slowly but surely down to the Venice. Venice, both of their drives have relied on huge plays. The Darion Jones run, the Manning big pass, and now the John Ford III huge run down to the 5-yard line.
Darion Jones on the 2-point conversion is going to be stopped short. So Riverview holds strong, and the lead will remain at 5. So Peacock, trying to be aggressive and make up for the missed extra point, leaves a couple of points on the board. 2 touchdowns for Venice. They lead over the Rams 12-7 in the first quarter.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football.
Kickoff, Venice. Number 10, up deep to receive for the Rams.
Venice set to boot this one away with 2 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Huffman receives it at the 7-yard line. Not a lot of room, and he is taken down. Riverview once again backed up deep in their own territory. Huffman can only get that one 3 yards further to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and we've seen that on back-to-back kickoffs for Riverview, as they haven't even been able to take it out past their own 20-yard line, and that's going to be something that is going to have an impact on this game as the starting field position for the Rams offense.
That will wrap up quarter number 1. Indians on top of the Rams, 12-7.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing? Well, check this out. Schedule your free inspection today, and you can receive $500 off your next roofing project. That's a top dog offer right there.
Proud sponsor.
The start of the second quarter. Anthony Miller goes in motion on first down. Nippert has Torian James, and he will pick up the first down. They're utilizing him a little bit more in the passing game. He only had one receiving attempt earlier this whole season. Tonight, already 2 receptions.
Yeah, well, he did play receiver last season. That was his primary position. Did switch to running back. So he's used to getting balls thrown to him. And that's something that the Rams are going to have to lean on tonight. They've been leaning on it so far, and it's worked out for them.
First down and 10. Ball at the 23-yard line. Nippert in the shotgun sends Torian James once again in motion. James looking for a block and gets to about the 28-yard line. Not often that you see both Isaiah Bell and Torian James in the backfield, but a little mixing it up here for the biggest game of the year.
Yeah, what they want to do there is they want to get an extra blocker for Torian James on that end around. Isaiah Bell pulls off on that left side and tries to block for Torian James. That's what they're trying to do in the backfield.
Nippert in the shotgun, second down and 7. Once again on the ground, a nice job by Bell, just weaving his way through the defense, bouncing off tacklers, and picks up another Riverview first down.
And we've talked about it throughout the season, how physical these Rams running backs are in Isaiah Bell and Torian James. Their abilities to shake off that first tackler have been so essential for this Rams offense. You see it there. Belt shakes off the first tackler, doesn't have a lot of room, but the physicality and tackle breaking ability of both of these running backs gets them yardage.
You normally see a Riverview offense that is so up-tempo, quick to the ball, but tonight it's been more relaxed, more patient. First down and 10 at the Riverview 35-yard line, a slow snap. And Torian James is going to be stopped right away. The Venice defense all over that one. It is Talon Letts in on the stop.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of Torian James going for no gain. Usually you're used to those 10-yard averaged gains, as we said. Going into last game, 12 yards per carry on the season. You're not going to see that a lot here tonight against this Venice defense.
Venice by far the best defense that Riverview has to face this whole season. Gain of 3 by James, and Torian James gets tripped up after evading the first tackler. Looked like he was going to be stopped for a loss, but able to make it third down and manageable for Riverview.
Yeah, and that's what I just said. It has such an impact on this Rams offense. Looks like he's going to be tackled in the backfield, but his ability to break tackles, miss that first tackler in the backfield, has been the reason why he's that 12 yards per carry ball carrier.
8:48 here to go in quarter number 2. Rams down by 5. Hand off to James on third down, and he will pick it up. Again, slowly, methodically moving the ball down the field. You've seen Riverview take their shots, but it's been run up the middle, a quick screen, another quick screen. And you have your occasional deep shot like you had on fourth down, but Riverview very calm right now.
Well, everyone's known this since they were young and they got the bedtime story read to them. Slow wins the race. And that's what Riverview is trying to do here. They're driving down the field slowly but surely, and it has worked out for them.
Approaching midfield, it's first down and 10 at the Riverview 48-yard line. Nippert has Sheffo in a nice move to get past his defender, and it's a Riverview first down. And that's what running the ball can do. You run the ball 4 or 5 plays in a row, then the play action happens. Noah Sheffo's wide open on that curl route.
Yeah, it really does open up the passing game. And like we said, that's why Noah Sheffo was our Mighty Dog Roofing impact player of the game, because they are going to have to lean on this passing game so much. They can't just run it every play like they've been doing earlier in the season.
This is not the Northport defense. And off goes to Belt. A late flag comes flying in. It was a gain of 5.
Might look for holding here on the Riverview offense. We'll see what the call is.
Nippert pointing that it's against Venice, and both teams are moving that way. Let's see what the call is from the official. It's a targeting on the Indians. So a free 15 for Riverview, and it will be first down and 10, and for the first time tonight, or excuse me, the second time tonight, Riverview makes its way into the Kettle Hyundai of Sarasota red zone. Isaiah Belt the back. Prasiquez moves over to the left with him. First down and 10. Belt gets down to the 11-yard line, so a gain of 4 on first down. About halfway through quarter number 2, if you are just joining us. Venice opened the game with a touchdown, missed the extra point. Riverview responded with the touchdown of their own. Venice did respond on their third drive with a touchdown. They went for 2, and it was no good, which has us with Riverview driving down by 5. It's been a while since Riverview was able to keep it close with Venice. It was back in 2021. It was 7-7 at halftime in that game. Rams trying to take the lead, and it is batted down. Was looking for Noah Sheffo, who had a little bit of space in the end zone.
Yeah, he did. He was open in that end zone, and what a job by this Venice D-line to get their hands up and bat that ball down, because that was surely a touchdown for the Rams offense.
That was a great back down from Kane Judson, one of the top linebackers on this Indian side. These are the environments that you want to play in. And a timeout by Riverview. Riverview wants to talk it over. It's a big third down coming up. They're in the red zone. They've got 3rd and 7 knocking on the door. 12-7 Indians.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's...
Make some noise with third
And some movement. So 3rd down and 7 turns into 3rd down and 12. Just a costly mistake from Riverview.
Well, this is what that sort of environment does to you as an offensive lineman. This Venice crowd, so loud. We up here in the booth are hearing it, and they are just so loud, and this environment is so aggressive and hostile. So these offensive linemen are going to have to learn to adapt to it.
So after the penalty, it is 3rd down and 12. Venice looks like they're showing pressure. They'll bring that pressure. Gets it away and just misses Huffman in the end zone. So now decision time. Most likely a spot for Brody Carroll to kick the field goal and bring this game to within 2. Oh, he had him, but was just under too much pressure to get it in cleanly.
Yeah, and that's really good pressure by this Venice defense, showing blitz before the snap. They do get to Parker Nippert relatively quickly. If he didn't have that pressure in his face, that very well could have been a touchdown for Trent Huffman, but I do like the decision of Brody Wiseman to kick a field goal here.
There's a flag on the play. Mark Cristiani believes it is on Venice. Now John Peacock making his way onto the field in a discussion with the referee. Referee telling him to go back to the sideline. And a long time for this decision to be made, and it looks like we're finally going to hear it.
Dead ball, encroachment on the defense, a 5-yard penalty, still fourth down.
So it is 4th down and now 7. We'll see if that changes the mind of Riverview. It will not. So the field goal just becomes a little easier now. A 28-yard field goal for Brody Carroll to make it a 2-point game. And it's no good! Brody Carroll sends it wide left, and Venice makes the stand. A costly miss from Brody Carroll, and Venice starting to gain the momentum now.
Yeah, very costly mistake by Brody Carroll, and I do like the decision to take the points there in a situation like that. 4th and 12. Obviously, you get the encroachment penalty. It makes it 4th and 7, but I still like the decision to take the points there. But a costly miss from Brody Carroll, who's usually a lock from that spot of the field.
Looked like he made that first one.
Yeah.
They blew it dead due to the encroachment, so that penalty actually helps out the Indians. So 1st down and 10 now at the 20-yard line. Darion Jones in the shotgun. Dale the back. And once again, movement from this offensive line of the Indians. That's their 3rd false start of the day.
Yeah, and it's something that we've seen actually on both sides of the ball for Riverview offense and for the Venice offense. They've both been false starting, so it's something that we're going to have to look for on the rest of this game, because as we've seen on the games that we've done for Riverview, penalties can cost you the game.
It surely cost Palmetto in that game. Just such a penalized game for the Tigers that resulted in a 38-35 Riverview win. That was their closest game of the season. And now a timeout called by Venice. So Peacock wants to talk it over. 1st down and 15 when we come back for the Indians.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota. Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
First down and 15 after the full start on the Indians. Play action under some pressure. Darion Jones gets away. Just maneuvering around this Riverview defense, and he takes it for a very positive play on 1st down and 15.
Well, he's so shifty and such a good running quarterback, as we see there, able to maneuver and shift his way through that Riverview defense and get a big gain.
Well, Riverview is lucky that they got pressure to him, because Tyree Manning ran a wheel route and would have been wide open for a touchdown. They'll go to Manning here, and Manning has the reception and gets dragged down to the 50-yard line. Tyree Manning, the 4-star recruit, having himself a day early in this one.
Yeah, he is, and it's a great route by Tyree Manning, able to get a step on the cornerback, get upfield, and then the physicality of Tyree Manning pulling that cornerback down to the 50-yard line to get that extra 10 yards.
Riverview, we talked about it. We knew that they would have their hands full. Looks like it's Jabari Farland who's matched up with Tyree Manning. And if you can just get Tyree Manning involved in the screen game, in the quick passing game, rather than taking the shots down the field, Venice is probably going to find a lot of success. Tyree Manning, you look at him out there, he's clearly the fastest guy.
Yeah, he is, and we've talked about it before this game, and you have to go to him a lot this game if you're going to want to beat a Riverview defense that has been so effective. You want to feed this guy the ball. He's your number one guy on offense, and that's exactly what Venice is doing right now, and it is working for him. Tyree Manning, so far in this game, having himself a day.
.6:17 to go here in the second quarter after we are back from the water break. Jones looks over to the side. Venice trying to open up a 2-score lead. Jones has Manning wide open, and Tyree Manning is in for a touchdown. He's so good.
Well, he is just so good at his route running in specific. He's so fast and just runs that post route to the middle of the field, splits the defense, splits the safety, gets behind Andon Clough, it looked like, in the back of the Riverview defense, and goes for a bomb touchdown. What a route and what a play by Tyree Manning.
So Venice on to attempt the extra point. Tyree Manning already over 100 receiving yards, this time from James Reynolds. The extra point is good, and you're starting to see Venice find their groove, trying to get another win over Riverview. 19-7 over the Rams.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai.
Welcome back on in. Venice has opened up a 19-7 lead. A missed extra point and a missed 2-point conversion is the reason that the score looks as funky as it does. This time the kick will go to the back of the end zone, so Riverview will start their next drive at the 20-yard line, and you start looking at the clock in this game. Still plenty of time. Riverview gets the ball to start the second half. That's a huge advantage if you're able to take the ball down the field, get a touchdown, go into halftime down by 5. If you would have said that to anybody on this Riverview side, I think they would have been okay with that.
Yeah, for sure, and that's what you're going to have to do here. And 5:56 left on the clock is plenty of time to end the second half, and we've seen from this Riverview offense, they've been driving really, really slow, so they want to chew the clock, probably take up all the rest of the time on the clock for this drive. Score a touchdown here, get the ball at half, you could get put in a really good position.
And a bad throw there from Nippert, was trying to find Huffman and could not connect with him on the drag route. Just a little bit behind him, and those are the type of throws that you have to execute in a game like this, down by 19-7. It's not like there has to be this, oh my goodness, we have to score on this drive, but if you don't score here, you let Venice go down and make it 26-7 at halftime. You get the ball to start the second half, but your chances begin to look really bleak, and then it becomes a must score.
Yeah, I really do think this is a must-score drive here before half.
And Nippert cannot connect with Noah Scheffel. A late flag does come out. Looks like it's going to be on Riverview, and an eligible man downfield. Venice will decline the penalty So it will bring up 3rd down and 10. This is a big spot in this game from Riverview. Their offense was flowing earlier. They've kind of gone to a dramatic stop. And this crowd's going to let them hear it.
Yeah, they definitely are.
And Nippert bobbles it. He's able to improv, but Huffman cannot come down with the catch. Venice once again with great coverage, and Riverview is going to be forced to punt this one away. And now a big defensive stop is going to be needed.
Well, a bobbled snap by Parker Nippert, but able to pick it up, step up in the pocket, and deliver a really nice ball to Trent Huffman. But he just drops it, and that's something that we haven't seen from Huffman a lot. He has really good hands. But you see, that drive was pretty not standard for the Riverview offense. You have back-to-back missed throws by Parker Nippert, and then you have a good ball delivered by Parker Nippert, and then it's dropped by Huffman.
It was good coverage from Malik Borelli. Venice now with great field position, 1st down and 10. Nearing midfield already. It will depend on where they mark it. It looks like they're going to mark it at the 48-yard line. So a golden opportunity now for the Indians to try and put this game away. You've got 5:41 remaining here in the second quarter. You drive down, score, and all of a sudden, it's a 19-point game.
Yep, and I'm looking on this Riverview defense. The biggest part of this Venice offense has been their ability to make these explosive plays. And Riverview is going to have to limit that, especially with Tyree Manning and Darion Jones. They've had some explosive plays, and Venice has had the hand up on that side of the field.
Darion Jones, the quarterback keeper, once again. This is a play that they love to utilize over and over again. And tonight, even with Dorian Jones out, the running back, they have still been super effective with it. 2nd down and 5. Ford Jr., or the 3rd, now the back. Almost took one to the end zone, but Pino Parks took him down, and an immediate tackle. Miles Preziquez and Kayvon Love in on the stop. And it brings up a crucial 3rd down and 6. Riverview trying to get off the field immediately. Riverview has looked so good defending the run. It's been a little leaky tonight. Looking, Tyree Manning, and a pass interference. They're going to get Andon Clough for the pass interference. Did not turn around in time. And it's a really good heads-up play by Tyree Manning to jump back for the ball to make that a pass interference.
Yeah, he definitely did jump for the ball and make it look like a really bad pass interference on Andon Clough. Did not turn around in time. It is a bit of a controversial call. Definitely a little bit of some room there, but he does make that play, which does make the refs call pass interference. It's a good play by Tyree Manning.
It's a great play, and you see receivers do that all the time and get that call. Had Tyree Manning not turned around, it's not a pass interference on Andon Clough, but Clough not able to get there in time, and now it's going to be a timeout from Riverview with 4:19 to go here in quarter number 2. Indians driving, trying to make it a 3-score game on the Rams.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state of the art. Our facility.
No, I know. When you talk
First down and 10 after the penalty against Anton Clough for pass interference. Hands off, trying to bounce to the outside is Ford. Gets taken down at the 26-yard line. And now another timeout.
Second and 7. Ball at the 25-yard line.
A bunch of whistles, nobody going to the sideline. Let's see if there's anything here. Doesn't look like it. So second down and 7 coming up here for the Indians. Trying to make it a 3-score game against this Riverview offense, who is never out of it, but they're going to have to be nearly perfect if the defense can't get a stop here.
Yeah, they are going to have to be nearly perfect. And like you said, they do get ball at half, which is a good thing. So if Venice does score here, Riverview gets a touchdown, and then starts the second half off with the touchdown, it does put you in a good spot. But in my opinion, this is a really must-stop for this Riverview defense, because that Riverview offense has taken a step back in their momentum.
Ford on the carry, and this Riverview defense once again holding strong.
18-4, gain of 2 on the play. Sacked by number 50.
The Riverview run defense has been the bright spot, but you know where Venice is going to turn on this third down. They're going to open it up over the air, and it's most likely going to go to number 1, Tyree Manning.
Yeah, and why wouldn't it? I mean, he's made such an impact in this game, and he's been the primary in these huge explosive plays. So wouldn't be surprised if they look to Tyree Manning, who's at the bottom of our screen right now.
That's where they'll go, and it is hauled in. Tyree Manning, what a reception, but he does look a yard short of the first down. And Tyree Manning also is down on the sideline. The training staff will go over to look at the star wide receiver, Tyree Manning, who is down. You can see him down on the...
Yeah, he does not look comfortable at all. He looks to be in pain.
And it's a penalty on the Indians on top of all that. So it will be 3rd down and 10 now. So instead of 4th down and 1, it is now 3rd down and 10. Now with no Tyree Manning, now Venice has to look elsewhere. You've got to really rely on Darion Jones. They've got some other key receivers in Landon Green, Colton Lynch, also one of their top tight ends with multiple Division I offers. It's a big 3rd down, 3:07 to go here in quarter number 2. 10 on the play clock for Darion Jones and the Indians. Jones looking, and it is almost intercepted. Anton Clough almost making up for that pass interference earlier. Joss misses his first interception.
Yeah, it's really, really close for Anton Clough to get that first interception of the season, and it's 4th down here for the Venice Indians, who look to stay out.
Tyree Manning has come back on into the game.
That's a good sign for the Venice offense.
And a timeout will be taken by Coach Peacock. 19-7, Indians going for it on 4th down. Do not go anywhere. You're watching Arsenal Productions, 19-7, Indians on top of the Rams.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's
Venice will go for it on 4th down and 10. Darion Jones in the shotgun with Ford behind him, looking towards the end zone, and it is incomplete. There is a flag on the near side of the field, and this might be against Casey Escuerdo and the Riverview Rams. And indications would be that it is a holding penalty on Riverview. So an automatic 1st down for the Indians. Lynch not able to make the catch, but a big break for the Indians.
Yeah, and another huge penalty for this Riverview defense. You saw on 3rd down, Andon Clough with the pass interference, and then you get Casey Escuerdo for holding. This Venice defense definitely getting bailed out on some of these penalties.
Darion Jones did not even look that way, but Venice now inside the ghetto of Hyundai Sarasota red zone. Jones the keeper, another flag comes out on the near side. Looks to be in the same spot where defensive holding was just called on Escuerdo. This one looks like it might be against Venice. There's a minimum gain for Jones on the quarterback keeper. So 1st down and 15 coming up. A legal motion. 2:39 to go in quarter number 2. Venice trying to make it a 3-score game. Venice comes into the game at a 500 record, 3-3. Riverview undefeated still, but their backs are against the wall for the first time this season. Jones will roll to the right, looking for Tyree Manning, and he gets away for a 1st down. It's 1st down and goal. Tyree Manning looks unstoppable.
Yeah, and really no answer for Tyree Manning, and this Riverview defense just hasn't been able to stop him. You see Jabarly Farland again getting beat by Tyree Manning on that near side. It's a really nice play by Darion Jones, able to roll out and find him on the sideline. It's a good play from this Venice offense.
2nd down and goal. Or excuse me, it's just going to be 2nd down and 1. Handoff, Ford, touchdown Indians! Ford gets his first of the game, and the Indians are rolling.
Yeah, rolling really is the perfect word for this Venice offense, and they've really looked unstoppable. Only one real stop on the Riverview defense to respond to this offense, but another touchdown. You go up big before the half. Riverview is going to have to get some points on the board before the half. As the extra point barely goes in.
The special teams today for both of these teams have been shaky. Venice with a 26-7 lead. 2:05 to go in half number 1. Riverview gets the ball to start the half. You're down 19 right now. This game is not over. We know how explosive this Riverview offense is and can be. But the running game hasn't been there. You've got to open up the playbook. You got to trick play, do whatever, because you've got to find a way, even if it's just 3, to get this game back to within a 2-score game. You get the ball to start the second half. But what absolutely cannot happen if you're Riverview is a 3-and-out. You give Venice the ball right back because Venice has all the momentum and the Indians are loving it. Tyree Manning got hurt earlier on the drive and then makes a huge catch to set the Indians up inside the 10-yard line, and then it was Ford with the touchdown, and now it's Parker Nippert and this Riverview offense. They need an answer here, but this Indians defense, man, have they been impressive.
Yeah, they have, and they've really shut down a Riverview offense that has almost looked unstoppable for the latter half of the season earlier on in this season. But the Venice defense showing really no hesitation, and they've really had an answer for this Rams offense, unlike anyone else the Rams have played.
Riverview has scored 50 points in their last 3 games. There's Torian James. A nice gain of about 7 yards.
And he's someone that you're really going to have to turn to in the passing game and in the running game. He really is your guy on offense. Torian James has made such an impact throughout this whole season. You're going to have to look to him a lot on this drive.
They'll go right back to him. And James does pick up the first down. Riverview has no timeouts. They used all 3 earlier in the first half, so it's going to be a quick 2-minute drill here from Riverview.
Yeah, they're going to have to go up tempo, hurry up offense right here.
At their own 33-yard line. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Torian James getting about 4, but now the clock becomes a concern. Under a minute 20 to go. You have to think they're going to open one up over the air here.
That's what I was just about to say. I think you have to look to the pass game here. You can't afford the seconds to keep dwindling. You're going almost under a minute here in the second half, and you need to put points on the board.
Nippert looking down the field. There is that shot, and it is incomplete. Was looking for his top target, Noah Sheffo, and it brings up 3rd down. And if Venice is able to get a stop, they still do have 1 timeout remaining here in half number 1.
Yeah, they do, and that's something that is going to play a big part. I mean, they have a timeout left. You almost think that Venice wants the ball back to go and score again. I mean, they don't want to give this Riverview offense any sort of leeway going into the second half to maybe score and come back here, so they want to put as many points on the board as possible.
Riverview in no rush to get this one away, trying to make sure they get the right play here. Huffman goes in motion with 5 on the play clock. Gets it off just in time. It is a pitch. Torian James still on his feet. It's going to be close. Did not get there. And we'll see if Peacock decides to call that timeout. And you see him run onto the field and call that timeout.
Yeah, they want the ball back here. They want the ball back, and they want to drive down the field and score again. And Torian James unable to get the blocks he wants and just comes up short, about a yard short. We'll see what Brody Wiseman does here on 4th and 1.
4th down and 1. This is a spot you probably go for it.
I think you go for it here if you're Brody Wiseman, and we've seen this a lot from him in this season. He's been so aggressive, even in his own territory, going for it on 4th down. But this is a Venice defense that is not to be trifled with. They have been so good against this red-hot Riverview offense. This is a huge down of football right here.
Well, in these games where you come in as the underdog and everybody's picking Venice to win, you can't punt the ball and expect to win the football game. You're only gonna win by scoring, and putting the ball down by 19 is not going to get you a win. You see the Riverview offense come back on, regardless of if they get it or don't get it. This is the right decision because you have to bet on your defense. You have to trust your defense to make a stand with Venice having no timeouts with 40 seconds. Riverview needs this. It's 4th down and 1. They'll get the first down.
Yeah, it was close, but it looks like he just got the first down. Going to the ground there, he just wanted that first down. You didn't want to risk being pushed back there.
Nippert looking, has time, going down for Sheffel, and it is intercepted! Venice with the takeaway, and it's a big play to end this first half. Picked off on the play by Malik Borelli. He had a nice pass breakup earlier, and he gets his first INT of the day.
Yeah, it's a really nice interception, but Parker Nippert throwing that ball into double coverage, he hesitated there. Noah Sheffo did have a little bit of a step. He hesitated and then decided to throw the ball into double coverage, and that's what leads to the interception there. It's a really, really costly mistake as the Rams are going to be unable to put points on the board before halftime.
So 26 seconds remain for Venice, and we'll see if they decide to take a shot down the field and try and score before half, or if they will just elect to keep it on the ground and let this clock roll to halftime. Neither team has any timeouts remaining. They are going to take a shot. Jones under pressure over the middle. There's Tyree Manning. There's the speed. Taken down. The clock will stop due to a first down, so 15 seconds remain. Venice will try and get to the line quickly. Clock rolls. This time they will keep it on the ground, and there's Ford. But he is tripped up and taken down, and that will send us to halftime. Riverview had the momentum early, but in the second quarter, it was all Indians. 26-7 the score. Riverview will receive the second half kickoff.
67 hit. This is Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Welcome back on into the Powell Stadium as the Indians have a 26-7 lead over the Riverview Rams. Rams started out hot. They got a 3-and-out. They then went down and scored, got the ball back, but then they were not able to capitalize. They had the ball in great field position. They punted away, and then Venice, 19 straight points. They are now up by 19. Big answer has to come from Riverview. They opened the second half with the ball. It's almost a must-score drive already.
It absolutely is a must-score drive, and they do get the ball back at half, which is big. And Venice was able to get that interception to end the second half, to seal the second half and not let the Rams put any points on the board. There are a couple of keys for this second half that I have. That Venice defense has been outstanding, and it's been a Riverview offense that's been red hot throughout the season. Up until this game, we expected this game to be an offensive shootout, but the Venice defense has really shut down that Riverview offense. Another key for me is the explosive plays for Venice. That's been something that's been so good for them in this game. They've been able to get those 50-plus yard plays that's put them in great position to score, and it's the reason why they're up 26-7, 19 points going into the second half.
Tyree Manning has been on the back end of those explosive plays. He has been electric, over 100 receiving yards on the night already, along with a 50-yard touchdown reception. Darion Jones, the three-star commit, has had quite the night so far when they needed him to. Dorian Jones, the running back for Venice, once again is out. But Dorian Jones went to Chaminade Madonna Prep and then transferred over to Venice. He had a good year last year at Tampa Bay Tech, and he has led the Indians to a 19-point halftime lead. And now it's Riverview for the first time in the second half. Parker Nippert and this offense has to have an answer here.
Yeah, they need to step up big here on this next drive going into second half. Like you said, this is absolutely is a must-score drive. They have to put points up on the board early here in this third quarter. 19 points is not a little bit of a deficit. They need to put points up on the board, and they need to put them up early.
And just to get a little bit of momentum back. They had the momentum earlier after that 3-and-out, got the ball back in good field position. You get this to a 12-point game again, and all of a sudden, Venice is on their heels a little bit. First down and 10. Ball at the Riverview 20-yard line as Huffman goes in motion. Play action and incomplete. Was trying to find Anthony Miller, the former Venice Indian, just can't haul it in.
Yeah, and it's something that was a big part of the first half is you had some drops there by these Riverview receivers that hasn't really been a problem to start this season. And Anthony Miller there goes right through his hands, and then you also had Trent Huffman dropping a ball on a big third down. These Riverview receivers really need to haul these balls in if they're going to want to score here on this drive.
Second down and 10. Torian James remains the back. That's where they'll go, and there goes Torian James up the sideline, tiptoeing his way before he is pushed out of bounds at the 38-yard line. The Rams are going to need those explosive plays from Torian James in the backfield.
Yeah, they really are going to need him on this drive, and he's been that number one guy on this offense in the run game, and they really are. We mentioned before this game that they were going to have to lean on that passing game, but they also are going to have to lean pretty heavily on that run game that's worked so well for them this season.
They'll go right back to James, and he is tackled quickly by Cole Weatherington.
Brought down number 13, Cole Weatherington. Gain of 2 on the play.
This defensive line for Venice, one of the top in the state of Florida. Obviously, Ashari Charles needs no introduction, but his supporting cast around him really makes his life a whole lot easier because you really can't put all your attention on him. Second down, a quick screen. Goes over to Sheffo, and he is tripped up after a gain of about 3 yards. So third down and around 7 yards on the third down.
Gain of 2 on the play. Third and 6.
So a big chance here for the Indians to get off the field. Up by 19 and trying to continue their success against Riverview. The last time Riverview was able to get a win over Venice, it was at Venice. Back in 2019, Riverview pulled away with a 4-point win. They'll keep it on the ground. And James is gonna get there. Picks up the first down on 3rd down and 6. A patient run, enough to move the chains.
Yeah, and that's something we've seen a lot out of Torian James, being patient in that backfield, following his blocks. It's so essential as a running back. It's one of the reasons he's been so effective in this season, following the blocks of that great Riverview offensive line, and does it there on that play.
So 1st down and 10 as Riverview approaches midfield. Second half just underway here in Venice. A chilly October night. A flag does come out right away. And let's see what this call is. And it's an illegal formation on Riverview. It's been a common theme for both of these teams tonight. A lot of pre-snap penalties that have hurt both of them.
Yeah, and those are really killer, and they're, usually only about 5-yard penalties, but they really are costly and can hurt a drive substantially. They are going to have to limit those pre-snap penalties, especially down 19 points here.
On 1st and long, the give. As James tries to get back to the original line of scrimmage, will get near it, a gain of about 3.5 yards. 2nd down and 11. You see Riverview adamant about staying on the ground. That's been their identity all season long. Besides that preseason kickoff classic game versus Port Charlotte, this has been a run-heavy offense. And for good reason, 293 yards per game on the ground, but nowhere near the success tonight that they've had this season. Nippert under pressure, trying to improv, and Will turns nothing into something. And it's a 1st down for Riverview as they move inside Venice territory.
Yeah, it looks like he tried to pump and throw there to a receiver, but just can't find him. Improvises, steps up into the pocket, and is able to run for a 1st down. We talked about it before this game. He really wants to be that dual threat quarterback, and he's been using his legs a lot these past few games, and we see it there, gets a 1st down.
Handoff on 1st down. Torian James, you can just see him waiting for that hole to arise. Picks up 5 yards on the carry. James just has not been able to find that hole in the defense. It's a disciplined Venice side. We talked about just how lethal their defense is from top to bottom. Nippert looks over to Brody Wiseman, the offensive coordinator for what has been the top offense in the state of Florida. He needs to come up with an answer here. He'll go to the ground again. James is going to be wrapped up and thrown to the ground. Once again, it is Malik Borelli. He had the interception earlier, had the pass breakup earlier. He's really been everywhere for this Venice defense tonight.
Yeah, he has. He's been so impactful for a Venice defense that is already so good, and then able to step up and come up and stop the run there. He's really been everywhere.
3rd down and 2. James LeBac with Miles Persequez in front of Nippert. James will get the 1st down again. Another 3rd down conversion from Riverview. Taking a lot of time up, but they're moving the ball down the field, and The time doesn't matter right now. You've just got to find a way to get a touchdown on this drive and get the momentum back on your side.
Yeah, like you said, the time really doesn't play a factor here. 6:48 left to go in this third quarter. And the Rams have drived it very slowly throughout this whole part of this game. And you really don't care how fast you want to drive. You just want to get points on the board.
Nipper in the shotgun. Hand off to Belt. The senior running back just pushing his way inside the 20-yard line.
Tackle by number 31, Talon left.
It is a 7-yard gain.
Gain of 7 on the play. Brings
Second
up
down and 3.
at the 19-yard line.
Both of these running backs so effective. The senior leader, Isaiah Belt, voted as one of the team captains by his peers. They'll give it to him again. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he will have enough for the first down. And he will. They will move the chains. So Riverview with first down and 10 inside the red zone. Halfway through half number 2, or quarter number 3 already. Riverview still on their first drive. Torian James comes in, and he is wrapped up. Ashari Charles right there to make the tackle.
Yeah, the Miami commit has been so impactful this game. Ashari Charles able to stop the run there, and it's a Venice D-line that has really stopped an unstoppable Riverview run game with Torian James and Isaiah Bell. Torian James, as I said before, coming into this game, 12 yards per carry on the season. I mean, that's just unbelievable, but they really have limited him tonight.
James spinning off tacklers. There is a flag, and indications would point this one to being on a Riverview, most likely a holding. A nice run by Torian James, but to be negated by the penalty. They went over to talk to head coach Mark Christiani. This one might be on Venice. Gonna get the call here now. No, it will be on Riverview. Not a hold, but a block below the waist. So worse than a holding, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty against Riverview.
And these are the penalties that really do kill drives. And we talked about this before, that these penalties are going to have to be limited, especially for Riverview down 19 points. They are going to have to limit those penalties, and a killer one there with a personal foul, 15 yards.
4:49 to go here in quarter number 3. Riverview still on their first drive of the half. They're looking to draw closer, 26-7. Rams driving when we come back.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle.
So after the penalty on Riverview, it's going to be second down and 25. Riverview was moving right down the field, but a crucial penalty. It's going to force them to open it up here. Nipper has all day, lofts it up to Sheffo, and it is knocked away and incomplete. Coverage by Walker Brown, and it brings up third down and 25. Noah Sheffo has not really been able to be effective against Walker Brown tonight.
No, he hasn't, and it's great coverage again there by Walker Brown. Noah Sheffo has just been unable to get any sort of separation and has really been locked up by Walker Brown, number 16, on that far side tonight.
3rd down and 25. If you're Riverview, you probably need to just set yourself up for a 4th down conversion, although Riverview down by 19, a field goal does get you back to a 2-score game. Brody Carroll did miss from 28, and this is going to be a timeout from Riverview. The play clock was going down, so Mark Christiani has to burn a timeout that could prove to be costly later in this one. 3rd down and 25. What do you want to see here from this Riverview offense? With as much time as they took off the clock, you're now more than halfway through the 3rd quarter. You've got to get at least 3 here.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you just need to get some sort of points, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown. You need to turn that 7 into 10 or into 14. And the Venice defense has played very well. It's a difficult down. You got 3rd and 26. You need to set yourself up, like you said, for a 4th down conversion. You need to pass it over the middle. Try and get that passing game going. Set yourself up nicely for a 4th down conversion.
So after the timeout, it's 3rd down and 25. Ball at the Venice 32-yard line. Nippert in the shotgun with Isaiah Belt as the back. We've seen Riverview run on these 3rd down and long situations a lot this year. Nippert trying to get away, and he is brought down right away by Cole Weatherington. His 2nd good play on this drive, and it's 4th down and really long now.
Yeah, that's a crucial sack taken there by Parker Nippert. Looks like he wanted to find a receiver there on the near sideline, but just pump fakes it, tries to take off and evade the pressure, but just unable to. It looks like the offense is going to stay out on the field.
4th down and 31. Riverview needs it all here. Venice showing blitz. And why would you not? Basically a Hail Mary attempt on 4th down and 31. Nippert gets sacked. Ashari Charles makes the sack on 4th down and 31. And Venice forces a turnover on downs, and they are well on their way to another win over Riverview.
Well, they show blitz, and it's a really nice blitz scheme by this Venice defense, but Ashari Charles blows right past the left tackle of the Riverview offense, gets to Nippert so quick, and that's why he is so impactful. That's why he's committed to Miami, historically such a great defensive team. And Ashari Charles just showing why he is committed there.
It's his 1st sack of the game. He's created a bunch of pressures and forced Nippert to throw it away quickly tonight. But that time, on an obvious passing situation, he got there. And now, a broken play. Ira Dale goes to the house. Ira Dale goes 58 yards, and Venice is putting the Rams away.
Yeah, and that's what I talked about going into this 2nd half. Riverview has to limit those big explosive plays. And on the first play on offense for Venice in the 2nd half, he breaks off a 50-plus yard run. Ira Dale goes to the house. Looks like the Venice Indians are putting the Rams away in the 3rd quarter.
The extra point is up, and it is no good again. Boy, the Indians, for as good as they have looked this season and tonight, those extra points, those field goals have really been the Achilles heel of this team, and it's not going to impact them tonight. but later on in the playoffs, and especially for a Venice team that most likely is once again going to be competing for a Class 7A state championship, you have to clean up simple extra points.
Yes, you do, absolutely. And if you really think about it, obviously, like you said, it's not affected them in this game, but they've left 3 points on the floor this game, and that could definitely be the decision between win or loss later on in a big playoff game. So while it's not affecting them here tonight, it's definitely something to discuss at practice and in the locker room for the special teams of the Venice Indians.
They had a field goal blocked against IMG National last week.
Number 10, Huffman. Number 21, James, back deep to receive for the Rams.
So after the missed extra point, Reynolds will boot it away. Torian James and Huffman deep back to receive. And it will bounce at the 1, and it will stay in. What a costly miscue by Torian James. He thought it would go out of the end zone or into the end zone, and it drops and stays at the 1.
Well, what a lucky kick. I mean, that ball bounced right at the goal line and just sat at the goal. I mean, I don't really blame, it is a mistake. I don't really blame Torian James for not going and picking up that ball. I surely thought it was going to go into the end zone, but kind of a lucky kick that just sits at the 1. And you're now down big and not the field position you want to start if you're the Rams offense.
It's not often you're down to at the 1-yard line.
On a kickoff.
On a kickoff.
Yep.
So that's where Riverview will start their second drive of the second half. Drove down inside the red zone on their first drive before a personal foul penalty brought them back 15 yards, and there was never an answer from there. Now can Riverview get out of the back of the end zone? Nippert going deep down the field, and he's got Sheffo! Tripped up at the 40-yard line. Noah Sheffo gets the Rams out of their own territory. First down.
Yeah, it's a great play by Noah Sheffo, and finally able to get separation on that far side of the field. It's a good route. He comes back, pulls back, makes a really nice catch, and then able to get some yak yards at the end of it.
Longest passing play of the day for Riverview, 39 yards to Noah Sheffo. Torian James on first down, takes it to the 45-yard line. Riverview down by 25. A team that came in with over 38 points in every completed game this season. 50 points in their last 3 games, and tonight, besides the second drive of the game, there has been no answer. Trying to find an answer here. Here's Huffman. Picks up the first down into Venice territory, down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and that's really been the statement from Venice this game is you come into this game and you face a really red-hot offense of the Riverview Rams, arguably the hottest in the state of Florida, and you hold them to 7 points nearing the end of the third quarter. I mean, that is a really big testament to how physical and good this Venice defense is.
Torian James still having himself a nice day, takes that carry for about 6 yards.
Gain of 6 on the play, section of 4 at the 29-yard line.
.210 to go here in quarter number 3. James trying to get away. He'll fight for a gain of about 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up third down and a long 1 yard.
Gain of 3 on the play. Third and 1 at the 26.
Riverview trying to find some life. James able to pick up the first down yet again. Those third down and shorts for Riverview, it's been a positive. They have still been able to run the ball effective against Venice. It hasn't been the big play, but a lot of short 3 to 4 yard runs, which has kept Riverview moving. But this has been the area they have not been able to convert in, inside the 25.
Yeah, and the Venice defense has really played them well in the red zone. They're kind of the definition of bending but not breaking. The Riverview Rams are constantly getting into the 10-yard line, the 20-yard line. But this Venice defense has yet to break since that first quarter touchdown of the Riverview offense.
Play action over the middle, and he's got his man, Miles Prziquez. So Riverview strikes back. An extra point away from making it 32-14.
Yeah, we've seen that play a lot from the Riverview Rams, as that play action to Miles Prziquez over the middle, and how effective has that been? I mean, it seems like every time this kid is getting the ball, it's going for a touchdown. Miles Prziquez so effective on both sides of the ball, on offense and especially on defense.
Well, how about that drive from Riverview when they needed it? 99 yards down the field for a touchdown. It's Miles Prziquez on the receiving end. Rams trying to fight back on the road, down 32-14.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
So Brody Carroll will boot this one away. Venice setting up for a possible onside kick, still in the third quarter, but down by 18. Riverview might pull the rabbit out of the hat. They'll send it down and boot it out of the back of the end zone. Brody Carroll, he's got a leg on him. He has booted it out of the back of the end zone multiple times this season. We've seen the occasional pooch, but man, can he kick it.
Yeah, he really can, and we've seen him kick it out of the end zone a lot. Obviously had that huge missed field goal earlier in the game, but he really has a nice leg on him, and wouldn't have been surprised if Brody Wiseman had opted for an onside kick there, as they've been doing that a lot throughout the season, even when they're up.
Riverview has done the onside kick more times than I can count this season, and none of them have been down in the fourth quarter or in the third quarter. They've been to start the game in the first quarter. Dorian Jones in at quarterback, and it's once again pre-snap movement from the Indians. So first down and 15. And if you're Riverview, you really need to come up with some sort of stop. And I want to go back to what we just talked on about Brody Carroll. This game is a whole different game if that 28-yard field goal goes in. It would be 32-17 right now. A stop and a score from Riverview would make it a one-score game. And once again, Venice jumps early, and it's first down and 20.
Yeah, it's first down and 20 here to start the drive for the Venice Indians, backed up on their own 10-yard line, and these pre-snap penalties have been unusually common in this game for both teams.
Venice now at their own 10-yard line. Jones looking for his main man, Manning, and it is incomplete. The throw too low from Jones. Well, what a season it has been for Tyree Manning. Last week versus IMG National, 14 receptions, 139 yards. Four-star recruit. He transferred over from Booker, had a great freshman season, and is having an even better sophomore season with the Indians. Looking that way again, Tyree Manning. Just a little bit of miscommunication. And it will bring up 3rd down and 20 and a chance for Riverview to get off the field here.
Yeah, that would be really big for Riverview if they can get off the field, and it's still pretty far out of reach, but as we've seen before, these games can get crazy. And it's not over until the clock hits 0-0-0. And, you know, we've seen some crazy games in Riverview history, so I wouldn't count this Rams team out.
Jones on 3rd down and long has a man open, but it is knocked away. Anton Clough sticks his hand out, makes the stand, and it brings up 4th down and 20. Venice is going to have to punt this one away to Riverview.
Yeah, what an amazing play by Anton Clough. He's clearly beat by a couple yards on that play, but able to extend his arms, put his arms in the way of the ball, and deflect it. It's a great play by one of Riverview's best defensive players and leaders in Anton Clough.
Stefan Testa was the attended receiver, and it is a horrible punt. Let's see where they mark this. Already inside the 25. It's 1st down and 10 at the 20. It is a 10-yard punt by James Reynolds. The special team woes continue for the Indians, and Riverview is knocking on the door.
Yeah, they're already knocking on the door. They're already in the Gettle Hyundai red zone here at the 20-yard line with a horrible shanked punt by this Venice special team. And Riverview, 20 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. They get a touchdown here. They're only down 11 points.
We'll see if Riverview elects to go for 2 as well. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion would bring this to a 10-point game. Nipper rolling, trying to get away. He will get away and pick up a gain of 3 yards. That is going to wrap up the 3rd quarter. Well, it looked like Venice was pulling away 32-7, but Riverview, a 99-yard drive. They force a 3-and-out, a 10-yard punt, and all of a sudden, there's a life, there's a pulse for this Riverview Rams side. 4th quarter action coming up here on Arsenal Productions when we come back.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Welcome back to Venice, Florida. 32-14. Riverview trying to make it a 2-score game. Venice had a 25-point lead about 3 minutes ago. Venice in danger of only being up by 11. If Riverview can put this one into the back of the end zone. Play action, and it is deflected. This defensive line has been elite. It's Cole Weatherington who knocks it down.
Yeah, and we saw that earlier in this game where Noah Sheffo had the cornerback beat on a nice slant route. It happens again there, but Parker Nipper just not able to get the ball past the Venice defensive line, able to get the hands up and block the pass. Back-to-back times, Noah Sheffo has had that cornerback beat for a touchdown, but Nipper unable to get the ball over the Venice defensive line.
It's a big 3rd down and 7 coming up. Play action, under pressure, can Nipper fire it in? It is incomplete, was looking for Anthony Miller in the back of the end zone. It brings up 4th down and 7. decision time now. Riverview still does need a field goal no matter what. And it looks like that's where they're gonna go. So Brody Carroll missed his first field goal attempt from 28 yards.
Yeah, they need him to make this one 100%.
It will be from 33. It's up. And it is good. So Brody Carroll makes it a 2-score game. 32-17. Start of the fourth quarter. Indians still lead by 15.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state of the art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
The vehicle.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
11:47 to go here in Venice. Indians on top, 32-17. 10 unanswered from Riverview. Venice trying for a long drive to put this one away, but it's caught by Tyree Manning at the 5-yard line. He's a dangerous man. Tyree Manning gets hit hard, and they're going to get a flag. Devontae Thomas was in on the tackle. Let's see what the flag was. Possibly a targeting. The refs conjuring at about the 40-yard line. This is a big call. A 15-yard penalty would move Venice inside Riverview territory. And it's going to be a face mask on Riverview. So a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that was something we saw very often in the last game against IMG Junior National Team, where it seemed like every penalty was a face mask. You had helmets flying off. You had big altercations between those two teams.
It is Ira Dale on the carry. Brought down at about the 49-yard line, a gain of 5. He's had a good game for himself today. He had a 58-yard rushing touchdown earlier. Second down and 5. You can't imagine that Riverview is going to be in, or Venice is going to be in much of a hurry, and yet again, it's a false start on Venice. It's just been a constant issue, and Riverview has not been able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and false starts are big penalties, and you know, they're only 5-yard penalties, but not only do they back up the offense, but they also kill momentum, and that's a big part of this Venice offense, and why they've been so effective is they've gotten the momentum on Riverview, but these false start penalties are killing them.
So second down and 10 after the penalty against the Indians.
Check that, no flag on play. Repeat second down.
And another flag. It's another false start. So back them up another 5 yards. This is pretty incredible. We're nearing double digits in false starts for the Indians tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable, and it's something that Riverview needs to take advantage of, especially in this late in the game. You've got some momentum on offense. This defense needs to get the Venice offense off the field.
Tyree Manning able to keep a foot in bounds. Makes it third down and more manageable. Third down and 8 coming up.
Big third down here for the Venice offense. They need to convert here if they want to put this game away, because you think about it, Riverview stops them here and they punt it away, and Riverview gets the ball back. They've been really, really hot on offense, especially on that last drive. So you carry that momentum into the next drive, and that could be really effective.
3rd down and 8. They're going to go down the field for Tyree Manning in stride. And it's a big first down for the Indians. Why not lean on your star?
Yeah, what a throw by Darion Jones, number 7. He has been so effective when you need to lean on him and when you need him to make those big throws. He's just been so good, and he's able to deliver a beautiful ball to their number 1 guy.
There were question marks about this Venice passing attack going into this game. He has answered the bell tonight. Jones trying to improvise on the run. It's going to be a gain of about 1. Might have lost 1 actually. So 2nd down and 11. And if you're Riverview, you really have to find a way to create a turnover. A field goal makes this a 3-score game again, and then all of a sudden, your chances are looking bleak.
Yeah.
Jones in the shotgun with Ira Dale to his right. Five on the play clock, and it looks like Venice is going to let this wind down and call a timeout. So a timeout called by head coach John Peacock, trying to get his Indians to 4-3 on the season. He's 10 minutes and 37 seconds away from doing so.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Second down and 11 coming up here for the Indians. Slant, and Manning cannot hold on to it. It is incomplete. Riverview picks it up just in case. Manning might have had a touchdown had he just been able to hold that one in.
Yeah, it looks like he did actually have a step on the corner, and he's able to get kind of that slant route, get over the middle, but just missed the catch.
Another big 3rd down here for Venice, and you're looking at about a 28-yard field goal from here. And while that sounds nice to make it a 3-score game, Venice has not been able to capitalize on 2 extra points tonight. So once again, a timeout. It is an official timeout, so neither team called a timeout. 3rd down and 11. These have normally been passing situations for the Indians. What do you look for on defense here to get a crucial stop? Because you have to have one here. If the Indians get a first down, this game's as good as gone.
I think you really need to look at their number 1 guy, number 1. You need to double cover him. You need to stop him because they're definitely going to look for him on a big play like this. And the Riverview defense has to have an answer for him. So I think that's who you're going to have to cover more on this play. You're going to have to send Pino Parks. You're going to have to send Casey Escuerdo on him. And it's going to be something that, they're definitely going to look to him on this play. So you got to cover him good.
Tyree Manning on the near side of your screen, matched up with Casey Escuerdo. 3rd down and 11 for the Indians. Over to Green, and Landon Green turns and scores! On 3rd and 11, the Indians put this game to rest.
Yeah, the Indians really did seal this right there with the Landon Green touchdown. It's a nice catch and run by number 9, Landon Green, able to put this game away for the Venice Indians. It's looking bleak. Riverview looked like it had some life, but the defense just unable to come up with a stop there on a crucial Venice drive.
The extra point is up, and it is good this time. 38-17, or excuse me, that is now 39-17 with 10:24 to go in quarter number 4. And all the life that Riverview had has now been wiped away, 10 unanswered. A big 3rd down and 10, and it's a long ball to Tyree Manning, which really sucked the momentum out of the Riverview Rams. Then it's a touchdown for Landon Green.
Yeah, that Tyree Manning passing catch was really the killer for this Riverview defense, and that really did kill the momentum. And that's something that we've seen a lot this season is momentum is key. And when you have the momentum, it's really easy to drive, and you have a lot of confidence. And then when you lose it, it really just kills the drives. It kills the mood of the defense, and we see it there. After that Tyree Manning catch, it really just felt like back to the Venice offense reverted back to their unstoppable offense.
Torian James will make sure that this one goes into the end zone, so it will be 1st down and 10 at the Riverview 20-yard line. Rams have 2 timeouts remaining. They're going to need a quick drive. You can't really do the slow game anymore. It's got to be a quick score, and then you've got to hope that your onside kick success continues.
Yeah, you do, and that's something that Brody Wiseman has drawn up a lot for the special teams, and it's something that he really likes to do on special teams. But it's something that we've seen a lot, and it might come out later in this game. If Riverview is able to score here, they're definitely going to have to pull the onside kick out.
Nippert in the shotgun on 1st down and 10. Play action, and he is thrown to the ground. Sacked once again. Brock Huff gets to Nippert, and this Venice defensive line, it has really started to find their game.
Yeah, they have, and the Riverview offense was able to at least limit it in that first half, but this second half, they have really blown up this Riverview offensive line, and they've been able to get to the quarterback really easily, and as you see with the sack there, and they've able to get their defensive ends going and stop the run.
Torian James trying to find some space in the defense, and he cannot. No room. Tristan Neely on the stop, and it's now 3rd down and 16 for Riverview. And in these obvious passing situations, Venice has brought 6 guys normally to pressure Nippert. They'll bring 4. Ashari Charles in on the move, and the ball is coughed up, and it will be returned for a touchdown. Kane jumps in, scoop and score, and Venice is piling it on.
Yeah, they're really running away with it here now as a really nice play in the backfield to force a fumble on Parker Nippert, and then the scoop and score. It's a really nice play by this Venice defense, who have just been amazing tonight against a Riverview offense that's been unstoppable this season. And they've really, that was a big question coming into this game. Would this Venice defense have an answer for this Rams offense? And so far, they really have, holding a team that's gone over 38 points, 50 points in the last 3 games to 17 points with 8:58 left to go in the 4th quarter. It's really amazing.
And you can just see in the pocket, Nippert is not as comfortable as he normally is. He's not used to this type of pressure. The offensive line has played so well to this point in the season, but tonight they've been outmatched by guys like Ashari Charles, Cole Weatherington, Brock Hupp, and They got to him again. Kane Judson in for the scoop and score, 46-17. We'll hear a quick word from Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
(46-17) the score as Reynolds sent to boot this one away. Riverview will finally have their bye next week. Then they will have their final district game against Lehigh. That's a team that Venice handled very easily, 55-0, a game Riverview expects to win. And then they are on the road again. They end the year with a 3-game road stand. And they'll head to Manatee, who has started to turn their season around. Riverview, we've talked about it with all the home games. Now the road tests start. You've got a bye week, but you have to bounce back to end your season. You're still #1 right now in the FHSAA rankings. Now that will most likely change after this result, but you're still going to be fighting for that home playoff seeding, trying to get the 2, maybe even the 3.
Yeah, and this was a big game for the Riverview Rams trying to hold that #1 seed in the playoffs. But even with this loss to Venice, you have a bye week next week, and then you play Lehigh, who you should beat, and then you have a tougher test against Manatee, but another team that Riverview should beat again. So if you finish out this season strong, I think the Riverview Rams are going to be in a pretty good spot going into the playoffs.
Logan Carrillo in at quarterback, and he dumps it off to Sheffield. There is a flag on the near side of the field. We will take a look at the playoff bracket. You see Riverview came into this one as the #1 seed, Venice the 5. It is good to point out, though, and important to point out, that in 2023, when Riverview, or 2022, Riverview went and beat Sarasota. However, Sarasota finished with the better record and was still the higher seed. Riverview was the 7th seed, and Sarasota was the 3 seed. Those teams actually met in round 2, with Riverview winning again. So it's not completely out of the picture, although not likely for Riverview to actually stay ahead of Venice. The rankings are not determined via the FHSAA rankings, or due to the district rankings.
Yep.
It's due to the FHSAA rankings, whether that's good or not. It didn't benefit Riverview in 2022, but it has the opportunity to this year.
Yeah, and we see it in the FHSAA rankings for the state. Riverview is 14th in the state, I believe, and Venice is not even top 100 in the state.
103.
And that's something that is coming into play. Venice obviously with a 500 record, but they've had a much tougher schedule than Riverview, who are undefeated, won't be undefeated after tonight, obviously, but that's something to look out for going into the playoffs and looking at the seeding.
Third down and 4. Delayed handoff, and Torian James spinning free across midfield and picks up a first down. Miscommunication between Carrillo and James, but James able to rip it from him and pick up the first down.
On the 46-yard line, we got 1st and 10.
And off to James. Taken down for a 3-yard gain, and it's important for Riverview to not let this loss affect the rest of your season. It's been such a great season so far, undefeated until tonight. But a lot to like still from this Riverview side, and a lot of season left to go. And for Venice, they're right back where they wanted to be. It's been a rough start. Granted, they played some of the top competition in the country, playing IMG National last week, 3-3, but they remain the top of the district. And oh my word, Osuri Charles just sent him to the grave. Torian James gets blown up.
My goodness, Ashari Charles puts the boom on Torian James in the backfield, and my goodness, what a hit that was, and hasn't he been so impactful on this Indians defense against the run tonight?
This guy is just fun to watch off the line of scrimmage. He's just so electric. It's such a problem for this Riverview offensive line, such a hard thing to deal with, but my word, what a hit from Ashari Charles. We're up here on top of the press box outside, and we heard that one.
Oh, yeah.
3rd down and 11. And Ashari Charles maybe feeling some adrenaline after that big hit.
I mean, who wouldn't? My goodness, what a hit by Ashari Charles against Torian James. Heard it all the way up here in the booth. The Miami commit has a history of really hard hitters, and he is coming into Miami hoping to uphold that legacy.
Well, he'll be joining a great squad. Miami having one of the best starts this season and in the state of Florida as well. 3rd down and 6 after the offside. We'll hear a quick word from Mighty Dog Roofing. Indians closing in to a 4-3 record.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing? Well, check this out. Schedule your free inspection today, and you can receive $500 off your next roofing project. That's a top dog offer right there.
Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football.
3rd down and 6. James on the ground. He's going to be about 1.5 yards short. So 4th down coming up. Riverview will go for it.
Gain of 3 on the play, brings up 4th and 2 at the 30.
5:23 to go here in the 4th quarter. Venice is 1 win closer to yet another district championship. They will have to beat Sarasota. Riverview not out of it yet. They're going to need a lot. Well, 1, they would need Sarasota to beat Venice, which is not likely. But that happening and a win over Lehigh would make it possible. It would go down to the FHSAA rankings at that point. Torian James takes it inside the Ghetto Hyundai Sarasota red zone. There was a flag that came out, looked like a possible face mask. And that's exactly what it will be. So Riverview will go half the distance to the goal. 1st down and goal. Ball will be placed at about the... No, it will not be 1st down and goal. 1st down and 10 at the 11. Carrillo in the shotgun. James stopped after a gain of 2.
And out number 21, James. Tackle number 25, Borelli.
Borelli once again on the stop. He has been one of the top guys on this Venice defense. Had a pick in the 1st half to close it out. They gave up the middle. It is Belt on the carry. Bringing up 3rd down and about 4 yards. Riverview trying to end this game with some momentum going into the bye week. A lot of time to fix things up. And again, that easy opponent in Lehigh next week or in 2 weeks. A good chance to bounce back And a lot of time, I think this is a good spot for this team to have the bye because you go into this week, right? Here's your falling back down to earth moment, right?
Yep.
You're undefeated, 6 wins, 1 tie. You go in, and a lot of people thought that this would be a close game. The Sarasota Herald Tribune predicted a 14-point Venice win, but a respectable game at that. But to be honest, the game has not been respectable, and Venice has punched the Rams right in the mouth. But now you've got 2 weeks to work out the wrinkles, really go over the film. Okay, what can we improve on? Because odds are you are going to see this Venice team again in either the second or third round of the playoffs. Riverview's going to make the playoffs, but you've got to be able to correct it and turn this game into a positive, even though the outcome was nowhere near a positive.
Yeah, you do, and you got to reflect on what went wrong specifically here in this game. And as Torian James runs in for the touchdown.
Torian James gets his 19th of the season. So a nice ending to this game for Riverview. Looks like Riverview is going to go for 2 to make this a 21-point game. Not that it will mean much unless we see something absolutely crazy, but we've seen some crazy. We've seen some crazy finishes before. Not that we'll see that here tonight, but
probably not. But it's not out of the cards yet. As I said before, the game's not completely over until the clock hits triple zeros, but looks pretty over here.
Well, you can never forget that game against Clearwater International Academy.
Yeah, that.
Me and
I was in the stands as a senior in high school for that game, the homecoming game, and I know you were in the booth.
Yeah, with good old Jonathan Morelli, who will be joining us in the booth next week. It was a game that surely looked like Riverview would win until Jackson Wiptrowski with the backflip. And the rest was history. It's safe to say backflips have most likely been banned from Riverview.
Banned.
We haven't seen one yet this season after a win, but no really close game for Riverview other than that game against Palmetto. Palmetto had a chance with about 2.5 minutes to go and win that game with Matthew Hennessy. Hennessy threw a interception to Jabari Farland, and Riverview clung on to a 38-35 win. But even this loss for Riverview will not be a close one. They're trying to make it look a little better as they will go for 2. Carrillo remains in at quarterback. Isaiah Belton out the back. And that's a great route by Trent Huffman, and he is going to draw a pass interference. So Riverview will do it again. 3:42 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Same route. And Huffman just cannot hang on to it. Bobbled it a little bit. Looked like he was going to be able to haul it in, but knocked away at the last second.
Yeah, really close there from Trent Huffman. Able to get his hands on it strongly, but just unable to maintain possession through the grab there for the 2-point conversion.
Fourth quarter. Your Indians 46.
46-23 the score. Once again, one last time, we'll take you through the current playoff bracket, which is surely set to change now. It remained unchanged from last week. So the exact same bracket coming into this game. It had Riverview and Venice meeting in round 2, presumably that Riverview would beat the 8 and Venice would beat Plant City. Now that will most likely change. You could see Venice jump into possibly the 1 spot, either the 2 or 3. It will really be interesting to see where the state ranks Riverview, currently 14th after this game, 46-23, a game that they got dominated in. How far will Riverview fall? That is the big question going into the rankings, which will come out on Tuesday, and it's going to finally be picked up by Tyree Manning. looked like Riverview might just fall on that. We've seen it a couple times so far this season that the kick is just dropped and Riverview's been able to recover.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how much this ball has just sat. It hasn't really bounced a lot, and I think that's due to maybe the construction of the field a little bit, just maybe the type of field, but the ball is not like bounced regularly as we've seen at John Sprague. It's kind of just sat where it's first landed.
It's a brand new stadium here for Venice High School, or a renovated stadium, I should say. Brand new turf field, updated press box. Starters remain out for Venice. And the handoff goes for about a gain of 3 on the play. Gabe Halprin makes the tackle. Quiet night for the senior linebacker.
Yeah, he's had such an impact on this Riverview defense, especially last game. He was just so good, flying everywhere, getting tackles, getting at the quarterback. He's been such a force on this Riverview defense, but like you said, he's had a quiet night tonight.
Jones once again to Manning. And he is going to finally be brought to the ground at the 40-yard line. Tyree Manning has been the focal point for this Venice offense, and there's been no answer.
Yeah, there really hasn't been an answer, and Tyree Manning has been their number one guy on offense, and they constantly look to him on big plays, but the Riverview defense just no answer for number one.
And off up the middle, there's Halprin again in on the stop. Aaron Zinn also there with him. Venice in no rush to get these plays off. They will just run this clock out and improve to 4-3 on the season. They have gotten past their hard part of the schedule, facing teams like Miami Northwestern, the First Academy, and Port Charlotte, who Riverview saw in the preseason kickoff classic. A game that Venice almost lost, but the ball has come out. And can Riverview fall on it? They finally will. So with a minute 30, Riverview forces a turnover, and we'll go back on offense one final time. It was a nice run from Ira Dale, just dragging defenders with them, and then eventually the ball gets coughed out.
Yeah, it's a really nice play by this Riverview defense, and unable to get a turnover until the last minute of this game, a minute 30 left to go in this game, and able to get a turnover, a fumble recovery for this Riverview offense, and a nice way to end the game on defense for Riverview.
First down and 10. Minute 29 remaining as Logan Carrillo makes his way back out at quarterback. Carrillo will slide down. Logan Carrillo has looked very solid in the minutes he has got this season. Has shown his ability to run multiple amount of times. And after this season, there is not many doubt that he will be the man taking over at quarterback. Right now, backing up to Parker Nippert. Carrillo trying to show off that arm. And it falls incomplete, looking for Noah Sheffo.
Pretty quiet night also for Noah Sheffo, unable to get much separation on Walker Jones, I believe, on Walker Brown. On the far side of the field there, they're matched up, and Walker Brown has really got the best of Noah Sheffo tonight.
He had that nice 39-yard play earlier in the game, but it was a game coming into that you knew Riverview really had to make a lot of plays with the passing game. They were not able to. Carrillo under pressure, trying to get away. He cannot Brock Hupp there again for his second sack of the game.
Backfield, number 53, Brock Hupp.
And most likely one final play before this one heads final.
Brings up 4th and 13.
Riverview does have to get one snap off here. So Riverview will take their first loss of the year. They'll fall to 6 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. They'll head to a late October bye week. They will not have to get this snap off. They will call the game. Venice in firm control of the district. A win versus Sarasota in 2 weeks, and it will be another district championship for Venice. Your final score, Indians 46, Riverview 23. I'm Addison Resco alongside Paul Whiteside. Thanks so much for joining us tonight here on Arsenal Productions. We will be live for the game in Lehigh Acres down in Fort Myers as the Rams try and get their 7th win of the year against the Lehigh Lightning.